we have a growing team. Our team is growing, okay? 2 weeks ago, we finished 16th. Last week, we fought for the win. We finished 3rd. Our team is young and growing. My pit stops normally aren't that good anyway. And I don't mean to come across bad, but it is a great question. This is a big radio show, and it's a very valid question. How can people that have no experience pit my car? Our goal is to keep our car on the lead lap. And we will sacrifice a handful of positions because we are so grateful for the sponsorship.
Okay.
The U.S. Border Patrol, if it weren't for the U.S. Border Patrol, we wouldn't be racing. So to let them see what it's like, it's a team sport, and that's how we compare it. You know, the Border Patrol's a big team sport, and these agents come to every single race. You know, they're out in the grandstands or out behind the grandstands, you know, looking for those agents to help patrol the borders of the United States. And the least we can do is go, hey, look, come over on our side here, so to speak. Come on our side of the fence and see what it's like when I come rolling down pit road. Feel your heart start racing.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. If I was going to do a little deductive reasoning here, is it safe to assume that this is going to be a weaker week for you and an easier week for people to jump the border, since these guys are going to be very focused in on what they have to do to you on Saturday?
Okay, Michael, you answer it.
Well, these folks are recruiters, these agents.
Okay.
And it's kind of an opportunity for them. They've worked hard all year. We've recruited 6,000 agents over the last 24 months, and given these folks a chance to participate in a great sport.
Yes.
And help out Kenny Wallace, one of our spokesmen. And I think these agents can adapt. They do it in the field. They work together as a team, and I think they can do this.
All right, I got to say something here. Now, I've not been a heavy guy into NASCAR. I've never really gotten really into it.
That's good.
And I just want to say that I'm rooting for you to win this thing now. After meeting to you, talking to you, Kenny, before we had you jump on, I'm like, wow, what a great guy. Just a very normal guy. And to hear that you're doing this for the Border Patrol, it's fantastic, man. I'm rooting for you to win
Thanks.
this race. And you know what? I bet you're right. With the serious job these guys have and how important it is to our country, specifically in this state, man, these guys are going to be able to do this no problem.
I'm glad that you get it because, you know, we have a lot of fun with our sponsorship, even though it's very serious. And I always tell everybody, I say, now hold on here. They're protecting the borders of the United States and Canada, the United States and Mexico. You know, and what do we all have in common? You know, these are pretty tough times right now. You know, go back to, you know, 911, and, you know, we need the U.S. Border Patrol to protect the United States. And, you know, it's really not that major of a deal, them pitting us. If we were running for the championship, you know, it would be a different deal. But I think they're going to do a good job, and all I ask them to do is keep me on the lead lap. And, you know, we can get us a top 20 run out of that, and I think that's – and we might pull a little bit of funky stuff. We might stay out and not pit. You know, we might win it on gas mileage. You never know.
Right, there you go.
So Dale Jr. won his only race this year in Michigan without pitting. So I might give these guys a sigh of relief. I might say, hey guys, I'm not pitting. And they might go, woo.
Is that what you want, Michael, or do you want the action, don't you?
No, we didn't come here to be the Culligan man. We want to go over the wall.
Very good.
All right, so it was announced that Chris Rice, who is your crew chief, correct?
Uh-huh.
He's being suspended and fined. Is that what's happening exactly?
What happened last week, we had a safety issue. My crew chief, Chris Rice, who is a great crew chief, we finished 3rd, and there are items on a NASCAR car, whether it's a Sprint Cup car, like, you know, for people that don't know, like Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt Jr., those guys, a Sprint Cup car or a Nationwide car, there are items that are no-nos. And it's like the roof flaps on the top of the car. You know, when these cars get sideways, these roof flaps fly up. You cannot touch them. When NASCAR gives them to you, don't touch them. And there's a new item this year they added, and that's the fuel cell. Well, inside the fuel cell, there's this foam, and the foam keeps the gas from sloshing around. Well, somebody back at the shop didn't have all the foam in the fuel cell. So we got our butts handed to us in NASCAR. You know, it was a safety. You know, there's not much I can say about it except you know, we were unsafe. And when the race was over, we come, you know, in for inspection, and you know, they're trying to keep the sport safe. So they slapped our hands pretty good, took 100 points from me, and fined him $10,000. So
that's hefty. And the 100 points, that's big. That's not like a
The 100 points was big for me because I had a personal goal. We were 22 points away from passing a team in front of us that is highly financed. And man, I was right on her heels. But you know what? I'm not crying over spilt milk, sour grapes, nothing. It was a safety deal, and we're right this week. Whoever it was that took that fuel cell apart back at the garage, they're feeling pretty tough. Right now. It was so it's just got to have foam in the gas tank that keeps the gas from sloshing around. And I guess they didn't have all the foam.
Kenny, I was told that you're a big music guy.
Yes.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Like what are your favorites?
Well, people make fun of me, but I'm various musics. I love Aerosmith. And then, well, first of all, when I was a kid, I loved country music. Growing up in St. Louis, we had an AM station or FM, WIL radio. And so I grew up listening to Loretta Lynn, Dolly Parton, Ricky Skaggs, and I love Patsy Cline. I love that voice. But I'm mostly a little bit of a rock and roll guy. But man, just depends what mood I'm in.
Okay, so then you were obviously checking out Aerosmith when they were in what I would call their heyday, the 70s.
Yeah. Yep.
And then they disappeared until Run DMC brought them back.
Yep.
So I'm assuming you're a huge Run DMC fan because of that.
It's an incredible story. Aerosmith was pretty much done, and Run DMC brought him back, and what a great video! And
look at Aerosmith now. I mean, they were probably maybe even more popular in the '90s than they were in the '70s. But are you a bigger old school Aerosmith fan or the newer stuff?
I think that if you really listen to any group, for example, a couple years ago here, I introduced Pat Green, and I'll be honest, I didn't know who Pat Green was. I'm from Missouri. Pat Green is so big in Texas.
Yeah, he's real big.
So what I'm trying to say is, if you listen to the group you like, there's so many Aerosmith songs that might not be real famous, but I love. I'll watch. Whether it's CMT or MTV or whatever, and you'll watch 40,000 people sing along with groups, and I don't even know the words of their songs.
Right.
So yeah, all their songs I really like a lot. There's some good ones. I love the Beatles and
big Beatles,
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
I like all that music.
What about Nelly?
Oh yeah.
No, you guys are from the same neck of the
going
woods.
down, baby.
That's what I wanted to ask you, Kenny. Now you're a musical guy. You've got a lot of musical interests. Would you mind singing something for our listeners? Just whatever you'd like, whatever you have in your head. We'd love to hear a song from you.
I love a lot of music. And the thing about me is that I like all types of music, but I'm shy right now. I mean,
this is your chance to act it out on video and webcam
That's right.
well.
We need something.
So you can do a whole music video.
Well, there's an Aerosmith song that I sing a little bit every once in a while in the shower. It goes, "There goes my old girlfriend. There goes another diamond ring." And then I just go on and on.
No.
All those late night promises, I guess they don't mean a thing. So baby, what's the story? Did you find another man? Is it easy to sleep in the bed that we made? When you don't look back, I guess the feelings start to fade away. We used to feel the fire, but now it's cold inside. But now you're back on the street, and you didn't miss a beat. Yeah, boom. And then the chorus.
I like the little tom hit there at the end.
I can't hit the high notes anymore, so I had to kind of talk it out,
Dude, that was like all of our listeners just got to take a shower with Kenny Wallace.
It's called that song is called "What It Takes," and that song's called "What It Takes," and it's about a guy falling in love with a prostitute. He falls in love with her, and then she goes back on the streets, and his heart is crushed. And
that's the target demo of our audience. You guys nailed it.
It's kind of like a Pretty Woman with
Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts and what's that guy's name?
Richard Gere.
Richard Gere. He loves her. But darn it,
she's a prostitute.
Yeah, right. So
and
it's kind of like that.
George Costanza screwed it all up. It was a very crazy movie.
I just want to say, man, we need to cancel the rest of our interviews today because you're a greatness. I want you to win. I think you're racing with a great sponsor. It's a great cause, and you're just a great dude. I want to wish you the absolute best out here.
Thanks.